Everyone, I've got my Ibanez guitar here, and this thing's awesome. Most of my guitars, let me see, I'm looking right now, almost all of my guitars are Ibanez. I just like them. They are comfortable to play, they are very easy to hold, and I'm not a good player, so for me it makes things really good. So imagine my shock and surprise. Why is this going off? Is the battery on? Wow, maybe the battery's on. It's flashing. I don't know why it's flashing. How do you shut this thing off? Imagine my shock and surprise. I can't shut this off. I don't know why. When I go over and I haven't played this guitar in maybe 6 months or so, I go in the room and I check, and this cover is off and it's melted. It's all sticky and gunky. I don't know why. It just broke. It kind of broke off. Plastic nuts are still on there, and that's never good when your nuts are on your preamp and the plate falls off. So it took a while to pull this out of here, to angle it out of here, and it looks like I'm going to have to undo the strings or loosen the strings. I might have to take them off all the way to get this back in here, positioned the right way. I think it goes in with these tabs hanging out. I'm not really sure. And then put on a new plate. I bought a new plate, so that's what this video is going to be about. Hey, I just like making videos because they're fun and maybe they help somebody. So if my videos help you out, thumbs up, subscribe, like the channel, like the video. If you want to leave a donation to my channel, if my videos help you out, that would be cool. I would appreciate it. And if there's something you want me to review, if I can get a hold of it, I will do that. So let me get this thing on a tripod. Luckily I found a company that was selling these plates. I forget how much I paid, 10 bucks or something. So, not that you really need it, but I figured, hey, I spent enough money on the guitar, I may as well put that on here. So I'm going to try to figure out how to mount this thing. You can see that it really doesn't go in. The hole's small. It's a tighter hole than the preamp, so it's going to have to go in here, and I believe these tangs are going to hang out on the outside. To be continued. And there it is. That's the new plate, the faceplate for the preamp. There are different faceplates for the different Ibanez guitars out there. You can find these on sale online. Well, maybe not on sale, but for sale online. So you just have to make sure that you get the right plate for the preamp that you have installed. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Not bad. I haven't tuned this thing up. I haven't used it in months. So I'm going to loosen the strings so I can get them out of the way. I hope I have enough string on the pegs so that I can do this. Okay, here we go. I don't really know, as I said, how this thing goes in. I loosen the screw so I've got some room to get my hand in there. Maybe you need to loosen it a little bit more. Might have to replace the strings all together. They're pretty old, and that's why I was going to do that. But I think this thing goes in here, and then these tangs come out. I'm just not sure how it's done. I really don't know. I know how to get this in here, but once I get it in, I don't know how to get the tangs out. Unless they bend them outward. I just don't know. So it's definitely not going to go in this way. It's going to have to go in on an angle. And then my uncertainty is how the heck do you get these tangs out or bent out without ruining the guitar? I don't know. So, yikes. And it doesn't come with instructions. I've never done this before. These are not, well, they're bendable, but not really a lot. So let me try to figure this out, and then I'll come back and tell you how I did it in the video. Alrighty, so originally this was in the guitar. I did pull it out, and if your plate broke, you probably don't need to pull it back out or put it back in like I had to. But I did need to take the volume, I think it's the volume, the big knob. I had to pull the big knob off over there to get this thing in here. And so then that's the question again, how the heck do you do this? Because I can get one thing in, but how do you bend the tang in? How do you bend these tangs in so that they both do what they're supposed to do? I have no idea. I don't know. If it was smaller, I could push it into the hole. That's what they all say. If it was smaller, I could push it into the hole from the outside, and then the tangs would fit if they're supposed to go on the outside, which I think they are. But it's not smaller, so I think I'm going to have to reach inside and push one of these tangs inward to make this work. And maybe that will work. Yeah, that could work. And in that case, I really might have to get rid of the... Yikes. I don't know. I just don't know. I hope I have this facing the right direction. It might work. To be continued. Alrighty. Make sure that you have your thing positioned in the right direction. I make sure that the lights are going to be on the top because the lettering is going to be upside down if you don't, and it's probably not, well, it will fit in, but it's not going to be right. So you want to have the volume control on the left, and the light's going to be on the top, which I did not have. So the other thing that I did is I loosened the strings a little more, and I took them off of the nut on the left and the right, or the top and the bottom. Gave myself more room to work in the middle or to work over on the edge, but the middle is going to be easier. So I think the only way to do this is you just have to get one end in and press on the other. I'm trying to find out where the dog is so I don't... Well, she's in the dog bed over there, so I don't bump into her. So I hope this is going to work. I don't know. If I ruin the guitar, no big deal. I don't really care. I buy these guitars. They're not that expensive, and just go out and buy another one. So this side kind of bends in a little bit. I think this is the only way it's going to go in, is I'm just going to have to go in here with my thumb and press in on that tang. That's it. Oh boy, is that tough. Wow, that is really tough. I'm right-handed, so doing this with the left is not so easy, and I don't know if I can do it with the left. So I'm going to get on the other side of the table here. Now, of course, where the dog is, she's not going to be happy. You got to move. Come on, get up. I'm sorry. Get up. Up, come on. She does not like to listen to me. She's just looking at me like, I'm not getting out of this bed no matter what you need to do. And she is right. She's not going to get up. All right, so, wow, how am I going to do this? These strings, this would be so much easier if the strings were not on. But, of course, like the stubborn dog, I'm stubborn. I'm not going to take the strings off unless I really have to, which I really do. And get them out of the way. And sorry about the long video, but, oh boy, she is right underneath me. This is just not good. I can't do this with the right hand. She's not going to move. All right, you got to move. Come on. Enough of this. Come on, move. Good girl. Good girl. She's just a very stubborn dog. Check out my videos. She's a rescue dog. She does not like to be told what to do. All right, whoa, that is tough. That really needs a lot of pressure to get through, and this is just not going to work with the right hand. Now, where is she? She's probably where I need to walk now. Yep, she's sitting right there. Come on, you got to move. I call her an inspector. She loves to sit here and watch everything I do. She's always involved. Just an awesome rescue dog. Love her a lot. All right, sorry. Sorry, girl. Okay. This is, I didn't think it was going to be easy. I didn't think it was going to be this hard. What I'm going to do, now I was thinking of trying it in the other direction, but I don't know if that's going to be any easier. Might be easier to pull instead of, oh boy, this is not fun. All right, so let's try this one more time. I'm sure somebody's going to write and say there's an easier way to do this, but I don't know what it is. Yikes! How do they get this thing in here? I'm looking at that. Maybe I need to take off this. That doesn't even look like it wants to. Okay, so what I think I need to do is I need to take off these nuts, and then we'll see. I'm going to remove the nuts and see if I'm able to maneuver this a little better. Probably see it on the video right now. I was trying to take the, ow, those nuts are tight. I was trying to take the nuts out and pull out the unit, and that's when I had part of the thing come off in my hand, and I went, oh, so that's how they do it. Those little tangs slide in. That's why it's sitting out over on the right of the picture right now. So I've got a, what size nut Allen head am I using? I'm using a 3/32 Allen head. And I believe the kit comes with new bolts or screws or whatever these things are. Allen head screws, and oops, you cannot loosen the switch because it's not supposed to be loosened. You're supposed to get this thing into the Allen head. All right, so let's try to do this the right way now. Okay, this is a good educational thing for everybody. Will this go in? No, but you can see over here how these things are positioned. So I'm assuming that once I get this in, it will give me enough room that I can slide these pieces in. I'll put this back in here again. Make sure that the lights are up on the top. Okay, it's a little tight because of the... Oh boy. All right, is this going to make it easier? Is this going to work the way it's supposed to now? I sure hope so, because I don't want to spend any more time and make this video any longer than it needs to be. So let's see, is that going to give me enough room to work with? Oh, come on, you've got to be kidding me. No? How the heck do you do this? How do they do it? Because if that's lined up, this is not good. Okay, I thought that's how this thing went, is that you slid the pieces in, but no, it's not going to work either, because those are held in spring-wise. So, wow, I am really confused now. This is not good. I'll be back in a minute after I figure this out again. Still working on it. I couldn't get my hands in here and really do what I need to do. I'm probably going to have to take all these strings off. I don't know why the pegs were jammed into the hole. I could barely remove them. So I don't know if this just got too much humidity or too much heat, or I don't know. The pegs were just stuck in there really bad. So it seems like the whole thing just heated up and melted, or who knows what. I might have to take out these other strings, but I still cannot figure out how the heck to get this tang in there, because this thing is too big for the hole. Yep. Alrighty. It's amazing I haven't broken this guitar yet. Everything's flying all over the place. I think I've got it on its side right now. I think I'm going to have to bend it to get it in here, and I think I can do it from this angle. So I've got one side in there. I'm going to use my thumb. This thing looks so big when you look at it, it doesn't even look like this is the right size hole. But I'm going to hold it further away, and I'm going to bend upward, spring action, and I'm like 1/4 of an inch away. God, man, it's unbelievable. All right, so it's in. And now that it's in, I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, so if this thing is in, where the heck are these clips supposed to be? So this just can't be right. This cannot be right. I don't know what I'm doing here, obviously. Because if you go to put the... this plate's falling apart. But if you go to put the plate on this thing, you're going to have these clips hanging out there. That's not right. That just can't be right. How in the heck does this thing go? And you can't even get the screws on there, because this thing, the bottom is covered by this clip. So I don't even know how this thing works. I am confused. This is how it flew out of the unit. These clips were on there, so I don't know how this thing goes together. Wow. I know there's a very easy solution to this. I just don't know what it is. I think I figured out how it's supposed to go. Those clips, you push them in, you slide them in all the way into the bracket, and then they just stay. This is a really dumb design. It really is not that smart. A lot of these things, they have 4 holes here, and they just push it in through the front. On this thing, the springs stay behind the wood, and then you put the plate on here, and then you screw the plate in, and I don't even see how the heck that works. Is that going to work? I just don't get it. No, that's not going to work. Oh my God. No, that's not right, because this plate needs to be all the way to the front, and if you tighten those screws, you're going to bust this thing. I don't know. I just don't know. Where we are at now is I remove these clips. I don't see how they go in there. It just makes no sense. And when the clips are not in, the new plate, I don't want to break this thing, the new plate goes right against the guitar. These knobs, it comes with 3 new knobs. I haven't removed the upper one and the bottom one yet, but it comes with the same. No, the dog's over here. Come on, get away, get away. This is dangerous. You're going to hurt yourself. Got strings hanging around here. We got I told you should use an inspector. Inspector Bowser. Okay, so is this going to go in here? Definitely want to go slow. You don't want to strip this stuff. Which I say in all my videos when I'm doing screws. So this is just a pathetic design. That's all I can say. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Oh boy, look at that. That's not good. Okay, come on. Get in there on the curve. Okay, it's on the curve. Those springs were in there for a reason. Oh, don't want to drop the screw. The dog is right here. All right, where did that go? All right, so I've got one more screw if I can find it. It was over here. Oh, come on, don't tell. Oh, there it is. So I don't know how long this one's going to last. I went online and I looked up searching for this faceplate and some info on how to replace it, and a lot of people were surprised they could buy this plate. So obviously this is, I was surprised also. Obviously this is maybe not a reoccurring problem, but it does happen. And Ibanez, I'm sure, is aware of it. It's not it's an old guitar. It's not an old guitar. Come on, this is, there's just no excuse for this. I know they build this in a factory and they crank these things out in no time, but I mean, come on, look at how much time I'm spending struggling on this just to put some screws in here. How much time I'm struggling. Yeah, this is, who knows how long this is even going to last. Because it's just being held on by the weight of the... Let me tighten down the screws and I'll finish off the video. I'm almost done with this. Oh God, is this the right one? Or did I just put that? Where did I put the wrench? This has just been a real nightmare. That's all I can tell you. Oh boy. Why is that not bright enough? So what I ended up doing is I got a metric 2.5 millimeter, and that was working. Now it's not working. And nothing's really going good on this thing. Even the video, I don't know why it's correcting for the light. Is this the right wrench now? Maybe 2.5 is not the right wrench. I think this is metric. I don't know. See, now on that's 2.5, and that's working really nice. And then when it starts to tighten down, it doesn't want to work. So I think it's 2.5. Okay, that's what it is. It's tight. Okay, so I don't know how tight this is going to be compared to originally. It's supposed to kind of curve, but I don't think I'm putting this in the right way because I don't have those clips in there. So I don't know. I don't want to break this thing by over tightening it. All right. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with this. I just got another tool. It's a little more accurate. It's 2.5 millimeter. And this is kind of wobbling around, so I think those clips need to be in here. It's in there. That's all I can say. Let's see. Does this turn on? Dude, oh boy. Whoop, up, 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 up. All right, I think it's going to work. Where the heck do you put the batteries in this thing? I can't even remember. I think it's on the other side. All right, I'm going to go tighten these screws down, and we'll tighten this thing up and tune it up and see if this fixed everything. What a long video. Wow. Unbelievable. I bought this thing like 2 months ago, and I've held off putting it on, and I can see that was probably a good decision. So let me get close into the tuning range. Ooh. I know it's got a built-in tuner that I just installed, but it's a lot easier to use the one that I've got here, the cord, to get close. Gotta wait for the planes to stop flying by. You can see how dusty this thing is. It just sat in the room for a long time. It was one of my first guitars. I did a review of this. I'm looking over here. I can see the nice big gap over here. This is really not bending, following the curve. And obviously it's a flat piece of plastic, but yeah, I'm not too thrilled that Ibanez is putting me through this nightmare. And I'm usually a fan of Ibanez. Is this on guitar? Yeah. All right. We're running out of battery on the video camera. Okay, we're close to 6. It's got a much higher pitch than, must be the strings, sound like 12s. I don't know how people tune a guitar without a tuner. I knew some idiot that, why is that not showing 5? There we go. Played guitar on and off for about 30 years, 30 some years when I started playing, and he told me after the first year that I was going to pass him by. And I probably did. I should be more advanced than I am now. And I'm not. But I brought my tuner over and I said, hey, let's tune the guitar. And he said, like he had no idea what I was doing. And he just tuned it to itself. I said, are you kidding? Are you that cheap that you can't go out and spend 20 bucks on a tuner? You've been playing guitar for 30 some years, and you never bought a digital tuner when they came out? I always get worried when it gets on the 6s, on the 1s and the 2s, it's just going to break because I passed it by. Four, 5. Three. Close to 2. Okay, let's try it. 6. Okay, so that shows that it's tuned. Let's check this out and see if this repair was worth it. Let's drop this down. Drop down the video camera. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, this shows a little low. It shows that it's on, and the tuner shows just a little bit too high. 5, a little low. Very accurate. So it's as accurate as the cord now. If my videos help you out, please, the routine, thumbs up, subscribe, and a like. It helps me out as a YouTube creator. And if you want me to review anything, if I can get a hold of it, I will. And if you want to donate to my channel, just ask for my PayPal info. Hey, thanks for watching. I got some other cool videos. Maybe you want to watch them, maybe you don't. And sorry it took so long to get this thing done. I'm glad it's done. I didn't put the 2 new knobs on there. I just put on the new middle knob. And if anybody knows how, I'm going to save these in case anybody watches this video. Anybody, I doubt if I'll get more than 1 view. But if anybody watches and knows how this thing is supposed to go in with these clips, let me know. I don't think I would take it apart. I think the whole thing is a nightmare and I'd probably break it. But thanks for watching. For those that want to know, this is an Ibanez AEG20E-TRS. I think it's just considered an AEG20E. And the rest is the serial number.